Hello, my name is Tes. I'm an artist. I live on the friendly island St Maarten in the Caribbean Sea. This island really changed my life. I grew up in the west of Holland, where there was always something to do. Then my parents decided to move to the north of Holland. We were very isolated. The nearest village was like 5 kilometers further down. So that's where I always had a creative feeling, and when I was isolated like that, you had to think about different things to fill in your afternoon life. I started drawing on a very early age. When I was 12, I got really serious. I had a very creative mind. I really wanted to do something with that. So I applied for art college, university. So got my degree, and I didn't really felt home in Holland. So I decided to move from Holland and to make a new life in England. I managed to build up a company, art gallery and an art school in Merton Mills, where the famous William Morris had his factories there. And he really inspired me. The whole environment really gave me a good vibe to create even more. So I changed more realistic into more colors, trying to learn different techniques.
I've never seen any work quite like hers. It's pretty original in the technique that she uses. I do appreciate the fact that as an artist, she does stay true to herself, which nowadays you don't really have a lot of artists that have, ideas of their own. She tries really hard to push herself as an artist to create, beautiful pieces that when you see them, they just stand out. They're beautiful.
After 4 or 5 years, my children, especially my oldest daughter, she was a little bit upset because I was working day and night, and it was time to change because she asked me as well, like, when could we go to the park? And that was one of the most shocking things I ever heard. Mom, come on, you have to stop and let's go to the park. I had a moment of clarity and thought, I can't carry on with this because I have 2 beautiful children. So I sold the whole business, bought a camper van, put some flowers on it, and went to Europe, where we did a couple of months traveling until the winter, and then we went to Egypt to do a nice hot winter because Europe gets quite cold and the camper van was not so comfortable. The ancient art, where it all started from, and all these people telling me all these stories about this god and that goddess, it really inspired me. So I made some really nice art in Egypt as well.
All of the artists that I'm fond of, that I remember, these are artists that push the barrier, push the boundary through the use of color, through their use of shadow, through the images that are being depicted. And when I see Tess's artwork and her unique mediums, I see somebody that's pushing a barrier into art, not using the same types of mediums as oils and acrylics, but something that is quite unique and gives it such an appeal and separates her from the rest of the artists.
In Egypt, I discussed with my daughters what to do next because we really had to have a stable life again, go to school. So I applied to all the islands in the Caribbean, the Dutch Antilles, and I got a job. So we went back to Holland, and so we moved to St Maarten. I did first 3 years contract in school. And then I thought it was time to open up a new art school again. St Maarten really inspired me to work much deeper into colors, into even with sand painting. My newest invention is the vitrail. By accident, I bought the vitrail where I thought it was acrylic inks. I came home and started to use it with water, and it was one big jelly emulsion that didn't want to move anywhere. So I Googled it, and I actually saw that it was glass painting. And they gave me a little workshop in how to use it, and that's how I got inspired to start using it, because the effects that you can get with the feed trail, I don't think any other medium can reach.
I think in these days and times, when someone is purchasing art and they're spending their money and they're going to look at that piece day, night, they have people over, they want it to be something very special. I believe that her pieces are very special and unique.
When a collector comes into my gallery, I want to collect something that's unique, collectible, exciting. And one of the easiest recommendations for me is to take them to Tes Vitrail Works.